Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 20 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Go. Herbert now. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Arizona defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Herbert. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now it's Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Herbert. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talked about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And this one is right through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Murray now. Buying time to his left. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Cardinals sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Murray. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Herbert off of play action. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10. Herbert back to the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Edwards. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Herbert. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Murray now to throw. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Murray going to throw. He completes it to Wilson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Shotgun now for Murray. Goes right back to McBride. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Murray. This is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 10-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory. Ken Walker, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Cooper Kupp, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Bo Nix, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. In the first half, the Cardinals did what they always do, and that's rely on their quarterback, Kyler Murray. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Block to the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Back to throw. Herbert toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
In motion is Dortch. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Trey McBride with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Quentin Jefferson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
To throw is Murray. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Herbert now. Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Herbert. Johnston on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Play action. It's Herbert under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Buda Baker, the safety, he gets in from the secondary for the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A swing pass here to Edwards. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Herbert. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Herbert going to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers down by 2 touchdowns. A little over a minute to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
Now Herbert. Being chased out left.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner ready for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.